The cloud coverage starts to move in and drops temperatures by about 10 to 15 degrees compared to the past several days as those clouds are now starting to break apart, giving way to just a little bit of the blue sky and some warmer temperatures, but overall much cooler today than what we've seen just over the past several days. With a beautiful live look from our Hotel Indigo Kirkland Tower camera along the Vancouver waterfront as our temperature currently sits at about 72 degrees out of PDX. And you'll notice as we work our way through the rest of this afternoon, those clouds will continue to decrease as we get back up into the mid, if not upper 70s. But we've seen some spectacular cloud coverage over the past several days over the downtown Portland area. These are some high thin cirrus clouds we got to experience on Saturday, and also seen some cirrus clouds create just a bit of virga. That's where we get a little bit of precip start to evaporate before it hits the ground. These were the views over Portland on Sunday. So some great shots there. And if you happen to have a weather photo or video you'd like us to see, be sure to head over to KOIN.com where we can continue the conversation over there. But overall, we are expecting to see the heat build once again this week. That's going to increase our fire threat just to the east of the Columbia River Gorge as the summer season is still well underway. But I do want to point out those red flag warnings that are in effect just on the outskirts of the Dalles, but it does include parts of Pendleton all the way up to Spokane. That's where our wind gusts will near about 35 to 40 miles per hour as the hot and dry and windy conditions still remain, with the Dalles expected to see those wind gusts out the northwest, which are drying winds out that direction, to ramp up to about 35 miles per hour. They don't start to taper off into the early morning hours tomorrow, but as far as those of us up and down the I-5 corridor and out along the coast, seeing that cloud coverage and actually a little bit of the moisture starting to develop as well for some of those thicker clouds, especially out towards the battleground area, seeing just a few light raindrops, although this is very isolated in nature and not everyone will get in on the rain action, unfortunately, as the month of July has been dry as a bone for us here in Portland. 0 inches recorded. That puts us at a deficit or below normal by about 0.3 of an inch, as we expect to see this ridge of high pressure, the culprit for that deadly heat down towards the desert southwest, to continue to drive the jet stream further to the north for those of us here in western Oregon and Washington. That will be our latest warming trend as we work our way into the middle of this work week. As far as the Willamette Valley goes, expecting to see those clouds continue to break apart this afternoon and evening as we warm back into the upper 70s. Tomorrow starting off with just a few lingering clouds that dissipates much faster, and we get back up into the mid 80s for our daytime highs tomorrow. And then we start to do the whole sunshine and hot, dry temperatures once again as we move our way into Wednesday. So for today, those clouds slowly breaking apart. We'll get up close to about 80 degrees. If those clouds break a little bit earlier in your area, likely to hit 80 degrees much faster than those of us that are still seeing the cloud coverage. But for tonight, 58 degrees, winds out the north-northwest at about 5 to 10 with mostly clear skies. For the 7-day forecast, there you go. Mid-90s once again by Wednesday with plentiful sunshine. The low 90s take us all the way into Friday. Saturday, still seeing the 90s. We don't start to cool things off until Sunday, but even at that, seeing our temperatures just at about normal into the mid 80s. So the summer season well underway. Soak up the cloud coverage, maybe a stray raindrop or two today, because it looks like we're going to be drying things out once again.
Today is a nice day.
It is.
Yes, again, I'm so grateful. It doesn't mean I won't complain about the heat, because I will.
Well, once you readjust.
Once I readjust, yes. But now I'm like, man, thank goodness for the northwest weather. Okay, we'll be right back with more news and a final check on that forecast.